Welcome to Daddy Daughter Discussions. I'm Kevin.
I'm Cam.
And we're a Daddy Daughter team. And what we do is we discuss everything to do with current events and how Cameron navigates through them.
So sit down and relax. Today we are going to be talking about self-care.
But before we go into any further details on the podcast, what we would like to say is that while we are going to be making possible suggestions on what we do to kind of manage ourselves in self-care for when we have low points and our low points are feeling sad, what we would like to say is if you do have any mental health issues, please contact your GP in the first instance. So let's get on with it, Cam?
Yep.
Cam, self-care, what does that mean to you?
It means to me about caring yourself, doing things that make you happy.
Right, okay. And that would be to, like I said, just a wee bit there, is when you're kind of feeling low, you're feeling sad.
Well, it doesn't even have to be when you're feeling low.
Okay, all right. So it's just in general, just to keep your mood nice and healthy, or can keep your spirits up, or keep you a reasonable level, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, so give me an example, though, of a time when you felt sad or you felt low and what you've done to turn that around.
Sometimes I go to my room and have a little relaxed time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe play some Sims,
Mm-hmm.
Draw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what is it about kind of playing the Sims or drawing? What is the benefits of doing that? What kind of turns it around for you?
I don't know, it just, focuses me on it.
Yeah, so you're focused on that and not what's kind of getting you down. Yeah, so almost it's kind of like a distraction of some form. Yeah, all right, okay. I'm actually very similar. When I'm feeling either stressed or I'm not really somebody that gets too anxious, but if I kind of feel low or anything like that, I do tend to kind of gravitate towards playing a computer game as well. Maybe there's a whole Peter Pan syndrome going on there, but that kind of same idea acts certainly much for me as a distraction. I take it, obviously, from what you're saying, that sounds like it's the same. Yeah. Here's another question. Your art, do you draw how you're feeling in your art? Or
No.
No.
It's just like randomly drawn.
Yeah, you just randomly draw stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, that's really interesting. I've not got an artistic bone in my body, I don't think. So for me, that's probably not going to be the best kind of outlet,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you do any kind of physical exercise or anything like that to kind of clear your head?
We've talked about exercising on one of our other podcasts.
And you've mentioned it's been good for mental health, yeah.
Because it releases endorphins.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying endorphins now. I'm saying endorphins.
Yeah. Yeah, exercise is probably a really, really kind of key component to health.
Like you might think, oh, I'm so down and I don't feel nice and I can't be bothered exercising. But it's like one of the best things you can do because it releases endorphins that lift your spirits.
I actually know people that I work with, and you would probably describe them as gym maniacs. They're always in the gym, and you can tell when they haven't been to the gym because they actually are quite cranky. But yeah, it's rather interesting.
So, Dad, what do you think?
What do I think
about self-care? Have you ever done any?
Yes. Well, as I mentioned, I do a bit of I do kind of sometimes disconnect from the world, it feels like, and kind of go on the computer where that's all I'm kind of focusing on at that point. Other times I'll I'll maybe kind of watch either a movie or a YouTube video or something that kind of brings me that wee bit of happiness to kind of keep me right, you know. Sometimes if I feel like if it's just a day that kind of go, you know, where nothing seems to be going right, everything kind of goes from bad to worst, I actually listen to a short YouTube video, and the YouTube video is by an ex-Navy SEAL called Jocko Willink, and the name of the video is called Good, Jocko Willink, Good, and he talks about whenever things are going bad, there's always going to be some sort of good that comes from it. Do you know what that? You know,
Yes.
yeah.
Look in the positives, not the negatives.
Yeah, very much so. It's really, really good, and whenever I'm having one of those kind of days, I watch that, and that kind of the way the video's made, it kind of gets a good message across, and does kind of get you geared up to kind of tackle the rest of the day head on and say, no, I'm not going to be put down by, or I'm not going to allow the bad stuff that's happened to kind of get me down, you know.
Yeah, like lockdown.
Yeah, yeah. I have to admit, I have listened to it a couple of times, so maybe that's how my self-care. Yeah. Is there anything else apart from the drawing and the Sims and maybe a wee bit of kind of running that you do? Is there anything else that you do?
Well,
that you
gymnastics too.
What's that?
Gymnastics
Your
too.
gymnastics, yeah.
And also spend time with you guys.
Yeah. Does that help you elevate your mood a wee bit? You can do all those things. What else do you do? Is there anything at all that you would want to do to kind of do a bit of self-care?
I like, washing my face,
Well, I
my
hope you're
scrubs.
all right. I hope you're washing your face every day, at least maybe twice a day, hopefully.
I actually put a protective face mask on that to make sure the water doesn't hit my face, so it doesn't clear my skin or anything. It just makes it dirtier more.
Ah, right. So it's a skincare or a beauty routine that
No,
you do.
I'm kidding on. I was like saying that, a face mask protect that I go into the shower with a water sealed face mask, so it does even give me, and the face mask doesn't do anything for me. It actually puts more dirt on my face.
Well, seems a bit counterproductive. So, skincare is one of your self-care things, yes. All right. Some people I know kind of have felt really, really good going to the hairdressers or kind of doing things like that to kind of make themselves feel good. Do you do anything similar, or have you done anything similar to make yourself feel good?
Not really. I do paint my nails sometimes.
Yeah, that's almost like a hobby for you, isn't it? The kind of nail art and stuff you do. Yeah.
I've kind of went away from it.
Yeah.
Once in a while I'll paint my nails, but I just feel like they chip and it just looks ugly after a while.
Yeah. So it's not worth it doing it in lockdown, or is it just in general?
Just in general,
Yeah.
I have spent a lot of money on nail art things, and then it's like, oh no, I just think it's again. I'm like, it's kind of sad for me because I've spent a lot of money sometimes, and
Honey, it's not a lot.
I
of
know
money.
it's like £20 to £40, 50.
Yeah, but that's over a good period of time. It's not like you just went out and bought £40 at the weekend or something. That's over a period of
I
time.
know, it's just like, I used to love it, and I used to do it every single day almost, and then it's like, after a while I stopped doing it, and then it would just little dots on my nails with glitter.
So it didn't give you the kind of happiness it used to do, so you kind of just moved that to the side, yeah.
And it always strips off, and it's...
What things make you happy?
The cats.
The cats. So do you think they kind of help you as well?
It feels like when you're giving them cuddles, it's like, in a way, their fur and their calmness.
Can it help you?
It kind of slows down
Time. Yeah.
And I have seen myself sometimes. One time in the morning, Thor woke me up at 4 a.m.
Oh.
Sitting on me and pulling down the covers.
Because obviously Thor needed some self-care.
By pulling the covers down on me. And so what I had to do is I had to get the edge of the cover, go on my side and try to look for warmth. And then I think it was like, so I fell back to sleep quite quickly, and then I woke up around 8 in the morning.
Oh dear.
And, oh, not 8, I mean I woke around 7 or 6-ish.
Yeah.
And I went over to cuddle the cats because they were on my bed. And I found myself around 9. I've been passed out for hours.
It's a good thing that you didn't have school.
No, Mum would have woke me up.
True.
And I would be like, 5 more minutes.
Yeah, sure. That's a constant thing. Even in...
Well, now I'm better.
You're a lot better now, yeah.
I'm the one who wakes up before you.
Very true. Right, so the cats make you happy. What are the things kind of make you happy?
I don't know. I like maybe calling my friends.
Yeah, keeping in contact with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's...
Even not just to talk about it, just like to play Roblox or something.
Yeah. And just kind of do that while you're gaming. Yeah. Yeah, that must be... I do that with even my friends who are in their late 30s. We kind of...
You're in your late 30s, Dad.
I know. I just don't like to dwell on that. We still do... We do something very much similar, you know. I think it definitely helps us both keep in contact, and so it's quite good.
Out of playing.
Yeah.
Dad, what would you do on a normal day that makes you happy?
A normal day that makes me happy. Top things would be to sample some of you and Mummy's cakes. You know, maybe it's the sugar, maybe it's the home baked kind of thing, but man, that perks me right up.
The other day I was replanting our onions.
Yeah, we decided to grow onions.
Catnip too.
Catnip too for the cats.
And they turn into around biggish bushes. Not
Do they?
big, but if you search up a picture, they'll look like... There's different kinds, I think, where it's a smallish bush and then a thingy bush, and ours is turning into a smallish bush, I think. I don't know. I think it's smallish bush, or I've seen something and thought it was a catnip thingy.
Yeah.
All the cats will be in our garden.
That's not necessarily a good thing, but as long as I don't mind our cats, but other people's cats I'm not as keen on. But I'm sure Trav and
Thor will mark their territory.
Yeah, Trav and Thor will mark their territory, I'm sure.
Oh, like if you see Trav, he might be 3-legged, but he can fight.
You can, yeah.
He has made Thor run away more than 10 times.
That's because he's a heavyweight. You know, that's, pound for pound, he's quite the fighter.
He has lived a long life.
And looks it.
When you look at him, it just, and when he sees a car, his face just goes flashbacks. Because we thought he was hit by a car, we think.
Well, we don't know.
He might have just, done something stupid.
Yeah. But the cats the cats are very good in that respect. I mean, they do provide me, to provide you, provide Mum with
happiness.
Yeah. It's bizarre. When I look at other people's cats, I think it's not exactly the friendliest cat. What do they do all day apart from their own thing? But there is something with your own cat that kind of makes you kind of...
Like Thor, he bonds with me a lot. I think it's because we're in his cat years. He's around the same age as me.
Yeah.
But he's not actually. It's just 2 or 3, I think now. I forgot.
Yeah. So I think Trav's about... He was between 3 and 5 when they got him. They didn't know exactly his age. So if we kind of say medium 4, so he would be 6, approximately, and Thor would be, 3? Must be 3. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the years fly by.
With those two, yes. Yeah.
There's so many funny stories I can think of, the time he's brought out his first present for me. You know, the time Travis fell off the the cat tree thing.
Oh yeah.
He scratches the top bit, and then what happens? It's not a big one, but it's like what happens is he's scratching it and he's moving 3 legs. Doesn't end well.
Yeah, no.
Or the time Thor would jump up the curtains, scratch up the curtains, and hit his head off the wall.
Yeah.
This has turned into a self-care and then about our cats.
It's but they do tie together because the cats do make you feel good about yourself. But yeah, right. We are kind of digressing, as they would say.
Well, it wouldn't be a daddy-daughter discussions if
We didn't digress at some point.
into cats.
Yeah, true. Very interestingly, though, one of the actual things that does make me feel good, and I don't know about you, is see if I've kind of said to myself today I'm going to get X done. You know, which would be like maybe today I'm going to cut the grass. What about you, Cam?
I don't know. Like, I'm usually like, I'm too tired. It's fine. But sometimes I do. Like, sometimes I'll be like, I'll go for a run today, or I'll make the cats happy today.
Yeah.
It's digressing back.
One of the things that really interests me is, we've discussed it before, is obviously you have to make sure that you don't have any thoughts in your head before you go to bed. You write down a list of...
I usually just now write my plans for the day.
Yeah, for your plans. So what kind of things do you plan?
Just usually the morning, like, wake up, have breakfast, blah, blah, blah. You can see that in one of our other podcasts.
Yeah, so it's just like the task list kind of thing you give yourself, yeah. Cool.
Hashtag tagging in our other podcasts.
Absolutely.
I think that's all we can say for today.
This has been Cameron and Daddy saying
bye. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed our podcast, please tune in at the same time next week.